What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna go off on Warner Bros. Montreal. I'm gonna go off on this new Batman game because I was thinking about it. I always like to be open and honest with you guys, and we've made a lot of videos talking about this game. If you haven't noticed, we make videos so often on this game, and I was just looking at the videos, and it's just seeing overall what the heck is going on, and I was like, you know what? I feel like maybe one of the best things to do for now is to just talk about like why are we in this situation, why is Warner Bros. Montreal the way they are, and take it from there. I've gone off on them in the past. I've talked about aspects of what they've done in the past, but I want to put it all together in a really just a rant video. I want to have a rant about this game. I do fully believe, by the way, to start this off, and we're going to have videos Wednesday and Friday this week, I fully believe we're getting this game's announcement at the Game Awards. I don't even want to know what would happen if we don't, and I'm going to make a video specifically talking about that next week. So there's lots of videos coming out about this game. I also want to take it in different directions and talk about Batman Arkham just in general without talking about this new game. Maybe I feel like people are getting tired of and obviously some people are, but I just feel like overall maybe it's time to shift gears just a little bit. Still talking about the new game, but also Arkham in general, and then come back once we start to get an announcement. So there's going to be a lot of different videos over the next couple of weeks leading into, hopefully, the announcement of the Game Awards. All right, here's the deal. I don't know what's going on at Warner Bros. Montreal. I don't understand any of the decisions they've made, and it honestly makes me furious. This was a game that, and like, I came in late to the scene. I don't know if you guys knew that. I came in late. I started making videos. I made them periodically. I made one last July. It did really good. And for a channel our size, the video that I did last year was like, wow, there's a lot of people interested in this. Maybe this was just a cool one-off topic. I took a long break from Batman. I came back, I believe, right before E3. So I made videos like late May, early June talking about Batman, and same kind of response. Overwhelmingly, yes, lots of people. They like the content, they're subscribing, they're liking, they really are passionate about Batman. So I was like, oh, I'm really passionate about. I love the Arkham series. It's one of my favorite trilogies. I'm not talking about Origins. I'll just leave that out for now. But Arkham Knight and City and Asylum, going backwards, I love them. I really, really do. They're some of the most important games I've ever played, and some games that really connect with me. So I love talking about it. So I kept doing it, and like I really wish, in a way, I just kind of stayed away. I feel like a lot of people are in that situation where they're like, I wish I just didn't get as invested as I did, because we've just been let down more than anybody. Relationships in our own physical lives between a partner, doesn't matter which partner, between a partner, they are easier than the relationship with Warner Bros. Montreal. They really are. And I don't like criticizing them because they're people. They're people that are working on this game. And truth be told, when I think the game comes out, I think it's going to be really solid. I don't know if it's going to be the best Arkham game ever. To be honest with you, I don't think it will be. I think it'll be good. I think people will be like, you know what? I'm just happy to get a freaking Arkham game. It's fine. As long as it's in my, as long as it's in my system, literally like the gaming system, I'm totally cool with it. I don't care if it's like an 8 or an 8.2. Doesn't matter. I just want to play it. I think that's where a lot of people probably are. Maybe there are some people that think like, no, we're getting this game, and when we get this game, it's the greatest game ever. I feel like that's giving them too much credit, because I really don't think they can do that. And secondly, yeah, I don't like criticizing them, but at the same time, like, come on. Gloves eventually need to come off from people like me, other people on YouTube, of like, let's get something. What is the issue with giving us a teaser? What is the problem? And that is the biggest thing to me. I've seen so many people throughout the, 5 months I've covered this game very consistently, and there's nobody on the internet, on YouTube, that's covered it as much as me, and as consistently as me, and in my opinion, as diversely as me, even though a lot of you guys may say, hey, you make the same video over and over. I'd like to see you also give me the names of all these videos that are the exact same, because I talk about a different topic every single time. But there's nobody that's made as many videos talking about as many things about this game as me. Not a single one. And there's many Arkham channels much bigger than ours. And we're not even an Arkham channel, by the way. We're just a diverse channel that does... I make 20 videos a week on this channel. Me, myself, just Alex. I make 20 videos a week. Arkham is just one thing, and we make more than anybody else, okay? So I'm just throwing that out there, not to gloat, not to be like we're the best, but to be like we have some credibility, and I feel like we have a voice, and we have like a power, and it's just ridiculous. No, nothing at Gamescom, nothing at Arkham Asylum's 10 year, nothing at Arkham Origins. It's like, are you kidding me? all these teases. Now, people will say that the game it has never been confirmed. So you're making all these videos talking about specific aspects. Just wait till the game comes out. And I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I've actually made up with people where we've just kind of always been on different ground. We just kind of needed to talk through it. Superman Nick, I like throwing his name out because you know what? We're cool. He's a nice guy. It was just a misunderstanding, and I think a lot of people are generally just upset about this game that they get angry at me and they say stuff like, "You make the same video every time," or like, "Dude, just give it a rest." When it's really more like an issue of them versus Warner Bros. Montreal, and they just take it out on me. So that's totally fine. But there's been so many opportunities to announce this game. And yeah, the game's in development. I'm going to tell you right now, the game isn't canceled. The game is not, it is probably delayed, but the game is real, and the game is happening, and they've had so many chances, and I get it. They haven't announced it, so you can't say certain things. But you know what? At this point, what is the issue with just giving us a 30-second teaser? They've already teased it. They've already teased it in Capture the Night. They've already teased it in cryptic pictures that definitely show that the Court of Owls and also the League of Assassins are in this game. You have people that wrote the Court of Owls comic line that says, "Beware the Court of Owls." You have all of these things that point to this game is happening. You have Insider. It's actually a laughing joke at this time. People know it's an Arkham game. People know they're making it. It's the worst kept secret, I think, in the video game world. Normally, that goes to that every year there's a Call of Duty game, or that they're making, or Ubisoft is making an Assassin's Creed game. Assassin's Creed Vikings is also the worst kept gaming secret. But you know what? When enough things come out about it, Ubisoft just announces it. And because it's like, why even let it sit? Why let it sit that Warner Bros. Montreal is making this Arkham game? And you even tease it in early September. You take your website down. Their website doesn't work. Like, yeah, it's operational, but you can't do anything on it. You can't gain any information on the website. They took the website down for remodeling. And I laughed at them, and I said, well, and I told you guys, there's no way this can go 3 months. Who in God's name would have their website that, by the way, you pay money to keep websites up? Why would you keep it down for 3 months? And that's only if it gets announced at the Game Awards, by the way. Who is running the social media department of Warner Bros. Montreal? Who in Warner Bros., the gaming division of Warner Bros., is keeping an eye on them? Because I feel like they fell asleep, and somebody should probably wake them up and be like, have you guys seen what they're doing? Have you seen these teases and all the hype they built? And guess what? They did and that's the biggest thing, right? That's why we're all mad, isn't it? Because we've kind of known. Again, I haven't been making videos consistently for more than 5 months, but I made videos in May. I made videos last year in July. I've always known that they're making an Arkham game, and I always assumed it right after Arkham Knight that somebody would make an Arkham. So it's always been kind of like, well, maybe eventually they'll get to it. And then you hear all these insurgency rumors and all this stuff. There's been rumors for years. So, like, people knew that this was happening, right? And so we've kind of already known, but a vast majority of people didn't. They did a phenomenal job building hype. Everybody was talking about this game around the second to third week of September. It was the biggest thing. I mean, you could make any video you wanted, and you could get 10,000 views because everybody was looking it up. You could, and I'm just saying that. That's just giving an example, but that's where the hype was for this game. People were excited. People expected it at State of Play. Probably shouldn't, but at the same time, it's like, well, you gotta give it to us eventually, right? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Sony is the best example I can point to people. And I think I got way away from what I originally was going to say. Why can't they do a teaser? And people will say, well, if they do a teaser, like they can't, like they're probably going to announce it and then release it, 4, 5, 6 months after it comes out. And I agree with that. I think that's the general idea. But why do they feel that is necessary? Why can't they have announced it in September? Even if it comes out next September and they want to line it up with like a February announcement, let's say, let's just throw out dates, right? If that was their plan, why, does it hurt that much to announce it a few months earlier? You don't need to give us much. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's a small indie game. It's called The Last of Us Part 2 that's been known in development that we've seen trailers of for over 2 years. By the time the game releases, it'll have been over 3 years that we knew that game was in development, that we had seen that game. And you know what happened to that game? Nothing. The hype did not fall off a cliff. In fact, it's stayed the same, if not gotten bigger, because people know The Last of Us, amazing. The Last of Us Part 2, it'll be amazing. Same thing here. It's not the same level. It's probably not going to be better than The Last of Us Part 2. I don't think any game releasing next year probably will be. But Arkham, Batman Arkham. Oh, I remember those games. They're always good. At worst, they're good. At best, they're game of the year quality. Okay, what is harming you then from announcing it and then releasing it in a year? You're not going to lose hype. You just won't. You just won't. Sony does it all the time. They announce games. Mainly first-party studios do this. Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony. Halo Infinite has been known for like 2 years. It's not coming out till next September or next year when Xbox Scarlet comes out. It's okay because it's Halo and people know it's gonna come out and it's gonna be good. You don't lose anything. You don't lose a single thing from doing that. And yet, for Warner Bros., they think, or Montreal, whatever, I think it's Warner Bros. That ultimately makes the decision. But Warner Bros. Montreal is the one tweeting things out when they probably shouldn't, allowing people to tweet things out when they probably shouldn't. Why? Why? Why would you just not announce it? Like, who's running things? Who is telling them? Go ahead, tease it. But you know what? Then we're going to go radio silent for months, and we're not going to say a single goddamn thing. And when we come back, they'll be just as excited as they were. You know, I'll spoil it for you. They're not. People have left. Really. I mean, multiple times people have said, you know what, I'm just done with this. I'm going to step out until the game comes out. I can tell you right now from my own videos, that has happened now. That actually happened. But it didn't happen until after Origins Anniversary. I feel like the end of October, Halloween and Arkham Origins Anniversary, that was it. That was the deadline people were giving them and saying, like, if you don't do it now, I'm stepping out, and you will lose all of my hype and excitement until you announce the game, and then maybe you'll get it back, but maybe not. And that is what's happened. People have left by the thousands. By the thousands. When you only have 10,000-ish people that are really hardcore, then that's a lot. That's over 10%. You know, it's 10, 20, 30, 40% of people that are left. So, like, that is, like, why? And then when you announce it in December, you're going to announce it to an angry core group of people. Yeah, it's an Arkham game, and people will buy it. And even the people that are angry are probably going to buy it. But why would you get those people upset? Those are your most hardcore. Those are the people that have followed you and spread and talked about this game for months, if not years. Like, again, not saying that, like, I'm the biggest thing out there, but there's all other Arkham channels as well. We help. You don't think that our videos or other videos that get like 20, 30, 40,000, you don't think that doesn't help them? That's people that didn't even know that there was a new Arkham game coming that now know. You're welcome. You're welcome, Warner Bros., because they didn't know that. But now they do because of us. And all you're doing is getting us mad. That's all you're doing. You're upsetting us because you don't know what you're doing in terms of an announcement. It's ridiculous. It honestly is ridiculous. I have nothing against any individual that works there. I don't know their names. I don't know their life story. I think they're talented. I think most of them are talented. But I'm going to tell you right now, the people running the whole teasing department, whoever is making that decision, they need to be fired immediately. And they really need to look at it and be like, why do we have an issue announcing a game like maybe a little sooner than we would have wanted to? Why? Because everybody knows the game exists now. So why would you let it linger? It just looks bad. It looks bad by letting it linger like this. It just does. So, like, why would you do it? Why wouldn't you just announce it and be like, yeah, it's real. Here's like a 20-second teaser. That's all you're going to get until we are ready to give you like a 2-minute trailer. That's cool. Who is going to say no to that? Who's going to be like, oh, you know what? No, I wanted a 15-minute gameplay presentation. Who's going to say that? If they give us a teaser, that's enough. They could have given us a teaser in August, 20 seconds, maybe the title. But you don't even have to give us a title. Just give us a teaser that has Batman in it. And then you could have announced it at the Game Awards. And for those 4 months, people would have been fine because it's like, you know what? We know the game exists. They know that we know the game exists, and they're going to show it to us just a little bit, just to be like, yes, okay, we fully acknowledge you guys know the game exists. The game is real. We are making it. Here you go. Here's a small teaser. What is the problem with that? Why is that such a big thing? But obviously it is because I don't know. I don't know why. But that is the end of my rant. That was fun. I enjoyed that quite a bit. I don't have high blood pressure in the moment. I actually, overall, when I go to the doctors, they do tell me my blood pressure is high. And I think Warner Bros. Montreal and Batman have something to do with it. But that's just an opinion. It's just my opinion. Let me know in the comments below, guys. What do you think? Let your rant be heard in the comments below. This was a really fun video. I really did want to do this. There's going to be very, very different videos coming out the rest of this week, Wednesday, Friday. We'll have videos next week. And I believe in 2 weeks, we're going to really start to to pick it up. Like, once we get close to the Game Awards, we're really going to start to have more Batman Arkham content. Very exciting if the game gets announced. If it doesn't, Rant Part 2 the day after the Game Awards. That's what you guys are going to get. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you all on the next video.